Day 1. We're heading for Taroom. The plan is to explore the area between Taroom and Theodore. The main reason for this trip is to test the Tommy out. I've only had this Tommy for about 2 or 3 months. I'm still learning bits and pieces about the Tommy every time I take it out, so it's a bit of a shakedown trip. For the Simpson Desert trip we've got coming up in May this year. I'm just following Gav at the moment and we're in real go slow mode, and it's a fairly easy track. We've put it in 4-wheel drive, or Gav's put it in 4-wheel drive to do this track. The reason we've done that is his left rear shockey's let go down the bottom, so he's got no shockey on the left, it's just hanging. You're going to come back up on the hard surface, the bitumen?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Mate, there's no problem with traffic here. It's a 40 zone anyway, but I don't reckon we'll see a car.
Does look like here. What?
Yeah, just leave it there. We'll put that rock right on the edge of the bitumen there and reverse back onto the rock and give it a bit of height just to make it easy for us. I reckon put it right on the edge of the bitumen and come right up, so we're laying on, come back further, just so we're laying on the bitumen.
Dangerous, huh?
Nah mate, it won't be. Neil's car will be there and it's 40 zone and there's no cars. It'll be fine.
Bit more.
We won't go into who's fitted it, but the left rear shockey's come off and it's only a few months old, so still warranty, that sort of thing. We're not going to worry about talking about people who fitted it, but it certainly is an inconvenience when you're in the middle of nowhere and you've lost the bolt. So luckily Neil's got a bolt, hopefully one that'll do the job until we can get somewhere to get the right bolt for it.
Yep, that'll do. Do the job.
That's almost made to fit, Neil.
That could be a best. The hammer? Yeah.
Oh, absolute disgrace. I don't know what sort of mechanics they got. Mechanics. That's nail tight.
That's a bottle of scotch there. Did you find it?
We've just turned off Flagstaff Road down a track that isn't on the map, but it's got an old sign that said Flagstaff camping. But this track, there's trees across it, there's cobwebs and spider webs everywhere across the track. There hasn't been a car down here in a long while, so I've got probably about 6 golden orb spiders walking around on my roof at the moment. We've just stopped for smoko. The campground doesn't look like it's been used in years and years and years. There's wood across the road, so it took a bit to get in here, but we finally made it. We're having a cup of tea and it was well worth the drive. The reason it was worth the drive, especially if you're into a bit of history, Australian history, Queensland history, is according to the information board behind me, there was a paved road made over 200 years ago. So I didn't get that wrong. That's what it says. 200 years ago that went from Roma to Rocky pretty much, or Roma to here and then on to Rocky later on. So 200 years ago it would have been from Roma to here. Now it was made by convicts, run by early settlers, and it was paved the whole way. Well, that paved road, there's still bits and pieces of it that runs through here. So we're about to go for a walk down and have a look at that paved road. So the paved road that I just mentioned, it's a 20-minute each way walk, so 40-minute round trip. If I'd want to be a convict back in those days.
It's hard work, wasn't it? Yeah, just lifted it.
So this is the paved road. I'm doing my best not to full arse over tit here, but This is the paved road that was laid over 150 years ago. And I've got to say they did a bloody good job. It's fantastic, and some of the boulders are massive. Would have been hell getting the pavers to here. So this part of the track they've called a culvert, and it was paved to get the rainwater off the track. These little information boards are awesome. This road was so steep that a single team of bullocks would have found it difficult to haul heavy loads to the top. To overcome this problem, the wagon driver, bullocky, would wait at the bottom of the hill for another bullock team to arrive before both teams, sometimes up to 20 bullocks, were hitched together to one wagon. We've pretty much come to the end. This grade here is just unbelievable. If the last one was 10%, this is probably 12 to 14% grade. It's just scary steep. I'm at Isla National Park, approximately 6 hours from Brisbane. If you drew a line from Roma to Rocky, we're dead smack in the middle. So that's to give you an idea of where we are in Queensland. Camping with a few mates, Neil, John and Gavin. And because they're in tents, it's much easier just to stay in the one spot. And that's what we're going to do this week. I pulled up, raised the car, opened it all up, and put my table out, chairs out, and I've finished my first drink already. You can see the benefits in camping with that sort of canopy versus camping with a tent. Isla Gorge is located about 40 kilometres south of Theodore and approximately 200 kilometres roughly from the coast near Gladstone. A fantastic gorge, and I woke up to the view right outside my window every day. So we've had a good day today, but a bit smelly, a bit sweaty, time for a shower. So inside you've got two bags, one's a dry bag and one's a bag for your soap. It'll allow it to drain. So then you've got the internal zip, gives you access to the back of the car, which is great. You can keep your clothes and towel and everything dry. Let me show you the hose and the shower head. This is the Bunnings hose nozzle. It's got an adjustable head here, done up. When you press it and it's on, nothing comes through, and as you turn it on, the finest mist comes through, and that fine mist I can stand like that and hose myself from head to toe and use probably less than a litre of water, get myself completely wet, lather up, and if I need to have a stronger mist than that, I just wind it a little bit more and that hoses the soap off. Anyway, time to have a shower, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see that. Clean and refreshed, it's time to sit around the camp, enjoy the view, a few drinks, and watch the roast cook. A nice slow cooked roast in the spun steel camp oven. And I've got to say, it turned out very well. Very tender, still juicy, and took about 2.5 hours. And to my surprise, I actually cooked the potatoes right this time. Normally they're a bit hard, but they're quite soft, which is always a bonus. Well, the only thing left to do now is to cut it up and have a feed and think about what we'll do tomorrow. I've got cobwebs flying around the car. New day, new day. We've had had breakfast and we're on our way to do a bit more exploring today. With a mate of mine, when I told him we were coming up this way, he said, if you go up that way, make sure you have a look just to the north of Theodore. There's a road called Defence Road. So that's where we're headed. We're headed to Defence Road, and to be honest with you, I've no idea why, other than he said it's really important you visit that road. You won't regret it. So we've just pulled up and found our first bridge that was built way back in World War II by the Italians. We're going to stop. This one's a discarded one, but you've still got access to it. So I'll go and have a walk over it. Incredible, it truly has stood the test of time. You could probably drive a car over that still. It's fairly solid old structure. It's got three massive beams that runs underneath it. I'd say the sides have been put in after, just to keep it together. I don't think they would have been original, but certainly the sleepers across and the beams underneath are still original. Pretty impressive all this time later. What is it? Probably 80 years, 90 years old. Well, that's the first of 14 bridges there, apparently, that was built back in the day by the Italians. And of the 14, apparently 4 are still used. So I'm guessing as we drive along this road, we'll eventually drive over a bridge that's the best part of 90 years old. Just crossing the first of the 4 old bridges that are still in play, and it truly is amazing how clever people were back, knocking on the door of 100 years ago now. Solid as a rock. One of the things I said at the beginning of this video is it's a bit of a shakedown trip to prepare the truck and the camper for the Simpson Desert. One of the things I did recently, and I've mentioned in previous videos, I've fitted a automatic transmission cooler, a fan operated one. The thermostat for that set at 80 degrees. So I've been watching the temperature on the auto, it's Bluetooth to the computer in the car, and currently the temperature is really good, but it did pop up to 91 degrees, and as it got to 91 degrees it stopped and just automatically went straight back down, and you could tell it was when the oh, that's a lumpy road. You could tell it was when the fan kicked in. So quick dinner tonight. Got the spun steel camp oven out. It's the little one, and I've put a pizza dish in it. It's one of the pizza stones. Fits perfectly into the small one. And the pizza stone is the same stone that they use on the Weber Q, the baby Q, and fits absolutely perfectly into the small spun steel pot. And thrown a frozen pizza on that. Everything was preheated, coals on top. I've taken it away from the fire underneath, and it should be plenty hot enough now underneath. And what I want to do is melt the cheese on top and the bits on top, cook them up, and pizza it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next 15 minutes or so. I've had a look at Isla National Park, and we've had a look at 160-year-old pavers, and we've had a look at 80-year-old bridges. That's it from me. Thank you for watching the video. Take care, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next vid.